This week felt quieter. Not empty, not stagnant, just quieter, in a way. In a way I'm not used to. With school over and the work slowing down into the off season, I suddenly found myself with a lot of free time. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. Enough time that it forces you to confront how you actually spend your days. At first, most of my time ended up on my computer, playing Minecraft, talking with friends, and honestly, I'm deeply grateful for that. Some of these people I only get to see once or twice a year, and having the space to reconnect with them reminded me how important those relationships still are. That time wasn't wasted. It mattered. A few lucky things happened too. I received an insurance claim from an accident I had a while ago. It wasn't a huge amount, $500, but that's $500 I don't have to pull from my own thought process and hard work towards my bigger plans towards the middle of summer of 2026. Plans I'm excited about, but can't talk about them quite yet. But every little win matters. What really shifted things for me this week, though, was how I spent so much time outside. I went on a nature walk, without my phone, no music, no notifications, just walking. I stopped at a place that felt especially peaceful, a small stream running through it, and I stood there, long enough for the birds to come back, long enough for them to stop being background noise and actually just be birds again. They came close, and in that moment, everything felt still. It was calm. It was grounding. It reminded me how much I've been missing instead of just rushing towards the next goal. So I started doing that more. I sat outside. I listened. I breathed. I was practicing being present. And when I did that, the noise in my head kind of quiets. The pressure fades, and I stop worrying about the outcomes and start actually existing in the moment I'm in. I'm thankful that God placed me here, in this world, at this time, and being in nature reminds me of how much His creation is still out there waiting to be explored. Alongside that stillness, I've also been confronting something deeper. Lately, I've been trying to choose long-term peace over short-term dopamine. That hasn't been easy. For the longest time, I've spent hours consuming media, things I shouldn't have. It filled my mind, my body, and my soul with lust and impulses. Things that felt good for the moment, but left me emptier afterwards. The more honest I've been with myself, the more I've realized how much that kind of consumption affects my life, my focus and my discipline, and even my future. I don't want my life to be dictated by the impulses. I don't want to be dragged around by those feelings that pass in seconds. I want a life built in faith, discipline, companionship, and real experiences. So I've been trying, not perfectly, but intentionally, to reject those impulses and to choose discipline instead. And strangely enough, that choice hasn't made my life harsher, it's made it calmer, clearer, and more stable. During all of this, a story stayed with me, one that feels deeply connected to what I'm learning right now. It's the story of a young samurai named Takeshi. Takeshi trained at a monastery since he was a boy. By the final year of his apprenticeship, his discipline was unquestioned. His form was perfect, his endurance was unmatched, and yet whenever it came to real combat, he failed. Not because he lacked skill, but because his mind was never where his body was. When he asked his master why, his answer was simple and devastating. He said, "Your mind is not on the strike. Your mind is on the outcome of the strike." So his master changed his training. No harder drills, no secret techniques, just one command. Do everything completely. Walk with full intention, eat with full awareness, sweep the floor as if you are the broom. At first it felt pointless, but slowly Takeshi's mind quieted. It stopped anticipating outcomes. He stopped narrating his life, and when the final test came, facing his master's real blade, with only a wooden sword, he didn't think, he simply moved. And he passed. And that story hit me hard because I see myself in it. When I scroll, I'm not present. I'm chasing feelings. When I'm at work, I'm thinking about what comes next. When I pray, sometimes I'm already worrying about the outcome. My mind is everywhere except where my body is. So now I'm trying to choose presence, trying to choose discipline and choose faith over impulses. I pray about it often, and I ask if this is what I should be doing, if this is the path I'm meant to walk right now. And I believe it is. I believe presence, discipline, and faith all lead in the same direction. So I'm going to keep walking this path, slowly, intentionally, until God shows me a different one. This week wasn't loud, it wasn't dramatic, but it was important. This is week 4, and I'm still here, still learning. I'm choosing presence, but I'm still halfway home.